Alright guys, welcome back. This is going to be kind of a quick update video. We are going to go back and look at a new project. It may be a project. I bought an old Acura SLX that needs a lot of work. It may need a motor too. We're going to go back and see if we can dig into that. Otherwise, the projects have been kind of on hold lately. I am trying to buy another investment property, so I haven't been spending any money on cars. I'm just waiting to close on this house, and the house needs a remodel once I get it, so that's kind of taking priority. YouTube's just a hobby. I don't make any money on YouTube. My channel's not monetized or anything. So I did get some work done to this. Put a new catalytic converter on here, replaced some coolant hoses, and then inside cleaned up some wiring. And I did pull this whole dash out again, and I rebuilt the odometer. So I've got, I don't know, somewhere around 500 or 600 miles on it since I started driving it. So the odometer just has a metal gear that slides off the shaft and then it stops working, so I got that all put back together. So I've had a few people leave some helpful comments, so I appreciate that. Rebuilt the fan switch. That was all melted inside, so I cleaned up the plastic that was melted and cleaned the contacts, and that's working. Window switches work now. I just pulled those apart and cleaned those contacts too. Otherwise, that's kind of it for the moment. So I'm going to run this thing back to the shop and just park it for now. We'll take a look at the Isuzu, and then next video I'll be out in Utah next week, and when I get back from that, I'll be taking possession of the house and seeing if I can get going on the remodel. So I might just throw some videos of the remodel on that, just to keep some kind of content on the channel. Alright, so here it is. This is my 1998 Acura SLX that I just got. Kind of a replacement for the FJ. This is basically the exact same thing. Well, it is the exact same thing as an Isuzu Trooper. Back in the 90s, General Motors, Isuzu, and Honda were all working together. So this is actually, I think GM designed it. And it's got a GM transmission, which of course is a weak spot on these. They're known for issues. Otherwise, it's got a pretty good size sunroof and all leather. Not in too bad a shape for being a 98, 150 some thousand miles. Just getting some rust where these all do along the door frames in the back. They're supposed to have posi. The posi does not work on this one, so I don't know if the rear diff has been switched out at one point or maybe the clutches are shot. I actually like the looks of the little older one with the more square front end, but 97s, 98 was the new style. The 97s look a little nicer, I think. The motor normally sounds pretty good. And I put about 500 miles on this since I bought it, mostly in town, highway, whatever. But if you rev it up in neutral, the motor's got a pretty bad knock. So that pretty much solves that. Alright guys, so there's the oil pan. As you can see, we'd have to drop the steering and front diff. The pan would be difficult to get out of there. On top of that, it needs CVs. It's got some boots ripped, or at least needs some new boots. It's got a pinion leak here, so it's leaking all the diff fluid out of it. It's got all new shocks and new tires. And underneath it's pretty solid actually. I mean, it's covered in surface rust, but there's no holes anywhere. Unfortunately, at this point, I think it's just going to be too much work to fix this motor. I mean, even if we put a new motor in or refresh this one, the car is still only a $2,500 car, so I think I'll probably just, I'm going to sit on it for a few days and think about it, but I think I'm going to just put it back together and run it as is for the next, well, however long I can. Dump some heavy oil in it and run it for a while. If it pops, I'll junk it. If it hangs on a while, I'll maybe drive it through the winter and then do something different. So, not really what we wanted to see, and not what I wanted to see. That's kind of where we're at. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.